the blood will be leaking and running. Yeah. I do what I do, I don't care if you like it or love it. Tell all of my I got a new girl. Wait. You tell the that I'm the bank and I want all my money in hundreds. I'm tired of living on the edge. I want it, they gon' call the feds. I just bought a cost an arm and leg. My mama told me take it back and get a job instead. Where's your common sense? Me and the devil got yeah. Born in the ghetto, I never had nothing to fear. Take it how you want it. I ain't famous like I want it, so I might just throw it if he fit. Call up Cassie after she broke up with Diddy, yeah. I told Shorty if she talking, and she gon' call her friends up and we did, whoa. I ain't in the talking, go chop off your lips. If I ain't in your top 10, go top 4 for bridge. My black boys, I got boys that knock off your lid. I thought y'all gon' pop off, so hop off my. What you mean? I said, what you mean? Listen, I don't trust her so no, I said, what you mean? You thought I was finished, you thought it was over. You thought I retired, you thought I went fishing with Kobe. I'm still as ill as considered as one of the coldest. Still a put a partner rapper here like Moses. I'm throwback like a molar roller. I'm cooler than a cup of yogurt. Black flag boy, truck soldier. I'm cool with laws and ayatollahs. Rap god, cyclops and ogre. I'm King Kong, ain't nobody told you. You think road still. And Bobby Brown about to go get. Paul McCartney, I'm rich. I'm Muhammad Ali, I talk. I'm James Brown, about to tear down this. I'm Michael Jackson, some baddest bag gon' get it. What you mean?
You know, I'm like, yeah, nice P, you know?
What up, Pink?
Man.
La música de Harry Fraud.
When I pull up, they notice me.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Happy New Year's, everybody. In today's late season matchup, we have two teams who have victory on their minds. It's the Cowboys going up against the Eagles.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. These Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Williams, the man in motion left. Now Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
They keep on the ground with Elliott, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Play clock winding down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. The slot man in motion right. They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And the slot man goes in motion left. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll run the option right here on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Detroit! Leopard!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Michael Bannon, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
Let's go! Back to Philly, here we go!
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Leopard!
Now back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. The play clock's running down. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now the 7th-year man, Chris Jones, on to kick. Back deep is Darren Sproles. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
That's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward. Bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Williams, a man in motion right. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle. And
a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now Sproles. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll begin the drive with a J. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They run again with a J. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A busy final day for you coming up in the NFL. Final day of the year as well. 11 other games going on as we speak. And then coming up later this afternoon, 2 games each from the AFC West and NFC West, all kicking off at the same time. Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners, Rams.
Loving it.
And then that's it for the 2017 regular season. It'll be Happy New Year time. And Charles, you going to dust off Auld Lang Syne for us tonight?
Meet me at midnight, baby. You'll find out.
Hard pass. They run with Ajayi. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Zach Ertz, the man in motion. This is Ajayi. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Ajayi. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second. Quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now Wentz on third down. Being chased out left. Bird shrugs him aside. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
I think that should have been chalked up as a winning play for the defense, and they somehow beat it, didn't they? Right-handed quarterback flushed to his left, yet he finds his tight end on the left side of the field. That's a tough throw. What a great completion.
Johnson throwing on 4th down. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. They start on the ground with Elliott. Oh, fighting off the defender. They can't corral him. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the rookie from Washington, Sidney Jones. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Wins to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing. And
they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Now Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They run forward with Ajayi. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 5 yards on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. a toss play. It's a Ajayi. And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now it's Ajayi. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Eagles on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good, because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And some space here. Chris Johnson, nobody in front of him. Touchdown, Cowboys. Chris Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football. So
now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we now proceed to the start of the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now, as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now they'll run it on the toss. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Wentz to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Second down, 9 yards to go. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He'll look to throw. A dump off to Elliott. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. A first down carry by Elliott. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sharif Floyd with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Time running out here on the play clock. Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
He'll look to throw. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium there in the third quarter in Tampa. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. So 2nd and 10 here. Throwing is Wentz. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Throwing on first is Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. Ajayi hit. He lost the football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go now. 3-19. Check. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Watch it now.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll go down, and that will do it. for the third quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On second down, Elliott. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Halfback sent in motion. He'll look to throw here. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They run the counter now on first down. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Eagles on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Wentz. Forced out to his left. And he connects with Ertz. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They fake the give. Now Wentz shakes off the sack. And some strong running. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively. To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts. And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Second down following the run. The play fake. He'll look to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Eagles have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic. It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first? This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll set up to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Elsewhere, a 4th quarter score now from Tampa. And a 2-touchdown lead for the Buccaneers as they've just scored again. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Eagles on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Wentz now on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Now you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. Right? This is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Shift together here from the D-line. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that.
Honorable C note.
Yeah, little fish. I say, Lord, be my savior